Roughly 3 million street dogs live on the streets of Sri Lanka, affected by diseases, abused, hunted and tortured, starving to death, lonely and left behind. Ignored by the most, there's a merciless struggle for survival going on the streets of this holiday's paradise. So please, help us to help. Join us for a visit to a unique social project called Dog Care Clinic in the southwest of the country. Good day from Asia, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we are in an absolute tropical paradise. But for the cats and dogs of this country, life can be like hell on earth. That's what we are going to witness now at the Dog Care Clinic near Untitled, where we are going to tape a very interesting documentary about that institute.
Welcome to the Dog Care Clinic in Marina, Sri Lanka.
Already at the entrance we receive a very warm welcome of the friendly patients that can't get enough of our care thing. Here's a real stray paradise and there's always something happening. We are thrilled there's enough space for injured, ill and weak dogs. In the modern surgery works a team of up to 25 veterinaries and assistants. Whenever there are no emergency cases, the focus is set on neutering the many strays of the Untitled area. The active human and administrative effort pays by saving the lives of the animal patients. A mixture of professionalism, compassion and unselfish commitment. This is a so-called wake-up area. It is rather basic, yet it serves its purpose. All of these dogs had a surgery this morning and start to wake up here. These 3 patients were neutered. The other 2 in the back here had some bite wounds to be treated by an operation. Here, in a natural and calm environment, the dogs may wake up stress-free, which is very important. Even in Sri Lanka, medicine, equipment, food and stuff is very expensive. And as the association of Marina Möbius has to finance itself, donations and sponsorships are most welcome and dearly needed. The neutering program, especially here in Sri Lanka, is particularly important to control the populations of street dogs and to curb the misery. This little friend was just drugged and he's waiting now for his castration. The operation area is disinfected yet another time to keep the infection risk as low as possible. The tail is still waving, but soon the manhood will be gone. Dear viewer, now we managed to have the founder and chairwoman of the Dog Care Clinic in front of our camera. She's really very busy. Marina Möbius. Hello Marina, it's nice you could take some time for us. We've already seen a lot of dogs around us. Do they all belong to the daycare clinic?
Yes, we are here in the area of the daycare clinic. That's where the ambulant cases are treated and the grown dogs received into stationary treatment. Many of these here are owned dogs that can't be sent home yet, because they still need therapy. 2/3 of the dogs will return home. The rest is left behind or was just put in front of our gate. This dog, for example, the owner was bold enough to open the gate, drop her off and just run away.
I assume the way cats and dogs are treated here is much different than the way we know from Germany.
Yes, much different. A dog here only serves one purpose, being a watchdog. If he can't fulfill his purpose anymore, he will be killed or chased away.
That is more than said, but thanks God you and your team are here and take actions against this unacceptable behavior. Dear viewers, I have to add that all this is done as a voluntary non-profit. You really have a demanding and stressful job. Marina comes here to Sri Lanka several times a year, performs operation, feed the dogs and take care of the well-being. It's happening all on her own expenses and in her free time. Respect, respect, I have to say. The union better not comes to know you're working 24/7. Alright, let's go down and see more. But suddenly an emergency case arrives. Unfortunately, it's too late for this dog to be saved. This poor soul didn't make it, although every effort has been taken to save his life. As sad as it may sound, death is daily routine, and so another soul will take its final journey over the Rainbow Bridge. Finally free from pain and misery. This young dog was more lucky, and he's on his way to recover.
Hello, we are Steve and Alina from Berlin. We are on a 6-week trip through Sri Lanka and met a lot of cute dogs in the streets and on the beaches. In Arungam Bay and at other places we have seen so many cute newborn puppies. That gave us the idea to take 2 or 3 of them with us back to Germany to do a good deed. We just want to do anything good which could help the street dogs of this country. So we checked on the internet who could give us information if this would be possible. After a while we found the dog hair clinic near Unawatuna and thought it would be a good idea to visit them and find out how to support this project. We came here and immediately made friends with some of the lovely dogs. We hope that this internet performance will help to raise some more support and donations for the poor street dogs here in Sri Lanka. All of those dogs here are such bright animals, and it's a shame how they are treated here in Asia, especially in Sri Lanka. So we keep our fingers crossed for the further success of this project.
Back to the roots is the motto for now. This is the place where everything has started, in this small building at the background. And over the years, the whole clinic area has been developed from here. Marina, would you mind to telling us about the beginning and the early days?
I came here as a tourist and saw the misery of the dogs here. So I decided to help and bought a real estate and started to build the clinic. I went through a medical training to perform operations on my own. The whole project is growing up as it gets bigger and bigger. So far we have neutered more than 40,000 dogs.
40,000 dogs? In what time?
Since 7 years.
Wow, that's quite an achievement. So all the dogs here, do they have owners or are they going to be conveyed to foster homes?
We will never find new owners for them as they are brown, and that is the color of the street dogs. They are not wanted and no one will ever take them. If a dog has a defect or handicap here, it will be disposed of immediately.
That's really bad, but I guess it's reality here as well as in other Asian countries. Marina, you told us there in the older clinic building the most critical operations are performed.
Yes, exactly.
And what else is done there?
Along with the critical operation, the treatment of bigger wounds is performed there, as it is more hygienic in this clinic building too. And over there in the back is the puppy area.
Unfortunately, we saw that 2 dogs died today. What are the chances a dog survives, for example, an operation?
In fact, the chances are very good. The problem is that the owners only bring their dogs to us when it is almost too late, and we can't do miracles. If the dogs would have been brought to us in time, the chances are more than good.
Do the owners have to pay anything for operations or medical care?
No, not at all.
Seeing a cutie like this one here, many viewers will ask themselves whether it might be possible to have him conveyed to Germany. Is that possible?
No, I am strongly against transferring the dogs to Germany, as this is a big stress to the dogs. It is very expensive and the German animal shelters have their own problems.
So there's no use sending you an email inquiring for a transfer of a dog?
I only made a few exceptions for close personal friends, knowing that the dogs will be given a nice home. This is Bella. She has been with us since she was a puppy. She was run over by a car and left on the street. After that she is paralyzed. But as she is very active and seems to enjoy her life, we just couldn't euthanize her. The handicap is no problem at all, and so she has been living with us in the clinic ever since.
I understand that very well, for it's always hard to break away from a dog. But I think that a dog like her is considered worthless here in Sri Lanka, and unfortunately there will be no new owner for her. Oh my, and she's such a cute dog. Only looking into her eyes, dear viewer, I tell you everyone's heart gets weak, no matter being if you love dogs or not. And what's about the dog here in the corner?
That is Modo. Modo was thrown in front of our gate. He is severely handicapped, mentally and physically. Still he loves his life. He eats, drinks and likes to play with the other dogs. He and Bella are best friends.
Yes, I guess that's the most important thing. Because, you believe it or not, dear viewer, animals have souls too. And animals enjoy their lives just like humans. So I say those with a heart are real animal welfare activists. Taking care of the dogs, even though it's a lot of work.
Yes, you love your life, Modo, don't you? Now back to Bella. She's already missing you.
What a great sight! 2 handicapped dogs enjoying their lives.
He was here before the clinic even existed. He guarded the area and just refused to leave, so I kept him. Now he is very old and blind, so he lives in the clinic anyway.
Do you know how old he is?
I guess he is 8 to 10 years old. I met him 7 years ago and he wasn't young that time.
So you are allowed to retire very soon, my old friend, aren't you? And I guess here you found the best place. So this poor little puppy has to be force-fed, you told?
Yes, that's true. He has a very strong diarrhea and has been refusing his food. Now he has been force-fed for the last 3 days and I'm positive that he survives.
That sounds great. So get well soon, my little friend. And we wish you all the best for the future life. You will make it. It's like on an assembly line here. There's the next patient already. Say, Marina, you have a lot of staff members here. Are all of them volunteers like you?
No, unfortunately not. I have no volunteers. All staff members are paid. 99% of single staff members are illiterates. We teach them to speak English and they receive a medical training here in the clinic. Saman, here for example, is an illiterate. Now he has finished his medical training and his English is quite good. I sent the children of my staff members to English private schools, so they don't have to share the fate of their parents.
And you are financing all of that?
Yes.
Wow, it's unbelievable. So you are not only doing something good for the dogs, but also for the people here, the natives and the families. Respect.
I think it's very important that the children of my staff members receive a good education, so they are not doomed to stay in this village. They are free to go their own ways.
Yes, and also important to the people here as well. Seeing this drug cabinet there, it's just like a veterinarian in Germany. I assume all that is very expensive.
I would say that we are even better equipped than most of the German veterinarians. Most of the stuff is imported from Germany. We also buy locally, but not everything is available here. The clinic works according to Western standards.
And do you receive any support from the Sinhalese government?
No, there's no more help for our neutering program. It has been cancelled years ago.
As one can hear, there's classic music playing in the background. What is the purpose of that?
That music is composed especially for dogs. It's to comfort them and to calm them down. We use this music before performing larger operations or to calm down our emergency patients while they are force-fed. So there is no need to drug them.
We don't want to advertise here, but this CD is available on the internet, and I think it might be a good idea to other animal shelters as well. And outside at the front door, how could it be else? Many of the protégés are already waiting for Marina, the woman that makes their lives livable. Cursing, petting and playing is a part of the daily routine at the dog care's clinic too, and Marina does it with passion. These puppies need special care and attention. A full-time job 24/7. Right now we are at the kindergarten of the dog care clinic, the puppy department. What is the purpose of this special area?
Puppies are frequently disposed of by the singles, especially the female puppies that are considered worthless. We collect all puppies in a 50-kilometer area and nurse them up here. When they are 3 months old, they get vaccinated and we try to rehome them, which means we try to convey them to new owners. But till then, they need a lot of care and attention, and they receive that extra care here in the puppy station.
Yes, I guess these fussy little cuties can cause some work. Hey, you guys start nibbling on my shoes now. You're doing great, yeah? Unfortunately, there are frequent accidents with dogs on the streets of Sri Lanka, as a few people bother to brake for them. The dogs that don't die in these accidents are usually paralyzed, so it's impossible for them to survive on the streets. Here Marina gives another proof of her big heart by providing these dogs a decent home for the rest of their lives. With the typical Asian means transports, the so-called tuk-tuks, daily feeding and vaccination tours are conducted of 365 days a year. So spreading of diseases can be curbed and many dogs are saved from starvation. Also the temples in the area are frequently visited. Usually there are many strays basically cared by the local monks. The staff members of the dog care clinic are well equipped and always have all medical materials needed on board. Taking care of the fur and especially removing parasites is a must of the daily routine. Many of the dogs are affected by hundreds of fleas, mites and ticks. These little devils do not only sour the lives of the dogs, but also bear a big infection risk for them. Sometimes it can take hours till the last parasite has been removed.
Hello, my name is Diana. I just took a skin sample to check for Demodex mites, to find out whether the dogs need further medication.
Diana is supporting the team wherever she can. And sure, she cannot complain about too little work. A first check on arrival or treatment of the wounds are only two of the many daily duties helping the little patients at the clinic. All in sudden, yet more stress is coming up. Some of the local people bringing in their ill dogs, well knowing that a treatment at the dog care clinic might be the last hope for their four-legged friends. Every effort is taken to assure the best medical care which is possible to give to the new patients. Now a tough battle against the time starts. Still every action has to be taken swiftly and with professional by the team. While for the owners, the anxious waiting begins. Unfortunately, still too many owners bring their dogs to the clinic when it's almost too late, even knowing the treatment is free. This little patient here has more than 40 degrees fever and is breathing rapidly. Affected by heavy diarrhea, fever and dehydrated, we can only pray for this little soul. Our tears coming up to see this young brave patient, knowing his chance to survive has been almost gone. abandoned by his forces, that little darling is waiting for its last hope. The owners can just wait, pray and trust of the medical professionalism by the dog care clinic team. So minutes become hours and there's high tension in the air. While one family is still anxiously waiting, another family is picking up their dog after surgery. Unfortunately, an amputation had to be done, but the patient is happy to see his owners again. Truly another happy end at the dog care clinic.
Happy end in der dog care clinic in Sri Lanka.
Meanwhile, Diana and her colleagues take care of another emergency case. Wherever we are looking, we can see heartbreaking scenes of those who need human help. A hard test for the emotions of every animal lover. These are the last pictures of an interesting and exciting day in a unique institute. A day of mixed emotions, joy and pain, happiness and sadness, tension and hope. Curiosity and respect of what is achieved here, of what Marina Möbius has built up and of the work she does every day. We wish her and her team of helpers all the best and hope that they will receive the support they need and deserve to keep up the good work they are doing. Please help them to help. Help to keep this project running, because actions speak louder than words. Your Holidays for Runaways team and your dog care clinic, Sri Lanka. Actions speak louder than words. Dog care clinic, Sri Lanka.